So I support her in that.
Like,
But,
listen, if you
the
can
guy,
afford
it's
it,
just like,
right?
you know, as a guy, it's just like, oh, wow.
You're like, let's just roll the cameras, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What about, like you guys did have this issue last season for a minute with Jen Shah. Like, she's now in jail. She, said she was innocent the whole time up into the reunion. Like, did you have a lot of interactions with her? And like, were you shocked that, because I mean, to me, I'm actually a lawyer. I don't practice anymore, which is more than fine. But, to me, when the feds knock on your door, they're not just knocking. So, I mean, I was like, oh, well, she's not innocent because they're knocking. So, but a lot of people were shocked when she finally, like, were you shocked? Was Angie shocked? Or were you just like, no, we saw things along the way with Jen and we're not shocked at all?
Well, I think with Jen, and the feds, you said it best. I mean, they don't just do it for no reason. They're not just sniffing around. There's something there. So we immediately knew that, it was absolutely serious and that she could potentially be in some big trouble. Now, having said that, I mean, we knew Jen well enough to know and to continue to support her as a friend. I mean, the last thing that people need when they're going through tough times is for their friends to leave them behind. And so for us, we didn't really discuss any of the things. We had zero conversations about what was going on. We didn't get into any detail whatsoever, but we were just here for her, and she'd come over and she would have dinner and things like that. And she's a very charismatic, fun person when she's dialed in. And Electra really enjoyed her and her relationship with Jen because Jen can have fun, and so we just kind of supported her as a friend, and certainly didn't get into any discussions about the legal issues, but we can take pride in the fact that we were here for her.
Right. More than I think some other people that apparently were even better friends of hers necessarily.
Yeah.
Will you be there like for her when she gets out? I mean, it's a whiles away, but like if she called you guys and just, wanted to get back into I mean, she is going to come out at some point.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean, I'm gonna let Angie kind of navigate that. They had their interaction and their falling out before she went in. So, I'm not sure where Angie kind of sits in this situation right now. We've got so many other things going on that we haven't really had that discussion. But, I'm always if somebody called upon me and needed me for something, I could be there. So
See, you are a good friend. What about Coach Shaw? Like, do you guys ever see him around? Like, I didn't know if you were ever really close to him or not.
no, we just met here. We talked here and there just because our wives were friends. So Coach and I really didn't have a relationship other than when all of us came together and just had quick discussions. There wasn't anything too deep there.
Do you like the fact that, I mean, it must be, because like you said, you had Greek Easter, like you said, that's like the typical week in your house. Like, I mean, it is, you're showing the Greek, you're showing some of the Greek traditions on TV. Like that's got to be a plus to this whole experience.
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome to be able to just show people what we do. I mean, that's just what we do, and we're really proud of that. Angie is like so proud of her Greek heritage and her culture, and it's just been really fun to kind of bring that to the television screen. But it's just the beauty of it is like we haven't done anything above and beyond what we just do. That's just what we do. And it's just nice to be able to kind of roll that into filming.
Have you heard from like a lot of members of the LGBTQIA community since this has happened, either like praising you or, internet trolls that have other things to say? Like, what's the reaction been like in, the community?
I would say 99% has been so supportive, and I knew that would happen. I just, again, we've been ingrained in this community of Salt Lake for so many years, and we've just had nothing but delightful experiences. And I knew that we were going to have support. I knew it. And it's been amazing. I mean, people reaching out saying how they like the way we handled it and things like that. There's always a few here and there that say what, just try to create controversy, or the trolls, as you say. But the response has been absolutely so supportive and so amazing, and it's been great.
That's good. What about, I know Angie has known Heather since grade school. Like, did you know Heather throughout the years too, before this whole experience?
We've just had a few interactions, mainly after they talked to Angie in casting for season 1. Heather kind of connected with her at that point, and so from that point on, we've had some minor interactions along the way. So, but Angie, I think, has gone to reunions and things like that, and has run into that entire group, a school group.
Do you feel that this whole experience of this coming out like early in your housewife's career, and like the adultery and the gay rumors and all this stuff, like, has it changed you guys in the housewives experience going forward? Like, like a lot of housewives play the game, like you allude to, like Meredith, and like she's done this for seasons. Like, to me, and again, I'm not coming from Meredith, like someone like Meredith, even Whitney, like they know what they're doing. Like, they enter this season 4, like they know what they're doing. So like, has this kind of, I don't know if you even want to be that, right? Like, maybe you and Angie don't even want to be that, because isn't it supposed to be a reality show? But like, has this experience kind of like opened your eyes to like how the whole thing works? I mean, you kind of said you knew how it works, but it's different when you go through it, right? And it's like, wait, we're the subject of this.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, I'm going to speak for myself, and I think Angie probably feels the same way, that moving forward, like, if there is something that we don't feel needs to be put out there, or if we're encouraged to do certain things via other castmates or whatever, we're our own people, and we're going to make our own decisions, and we're not going to be instigated by the peripherals. And the one thing that Angie and I have discussed is just keeping things as organic as possible, and it's just like, and it's a communication thing between her, myself, and Electra, and we just we're just trying to be us. That's it, and we're not gonna really get into the outside influence trying to push us to do things that would otherwise go against our values.
Are you going to BravoCon with Angie?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Do you
I'll
know
be
what
there.
to expect there? Were you there? I don't think you were you there last year? I don't even know. It's a
No, we weren't
lot.
there last year. I have no idea what to expect. I've just heard it's this huge, amazing production, and we're excited to be a part of it.
If you don't realize what the fandom of Real Housewives is, you will after you spend the weekend at BravoCon. You are going to
Yeah, that's what
see
I
how
hear.
deep the fandom of these shows runs.
Sure.
What about, like, before we wrap up and say hi to Angie maybe for a minute, like, talk to me about Lunatic Fringe, like what's up with the businesses and what else
Yeah.
didn't I address here today? I want to get, because like I know, like,